Have you ever stopped to think about how the environment around you influences you? I'm not just talking about the weather, the temperature, the sun, or the rain, but everything that surrounds you. The people you live with, the places you go, the opportunities that come your way, the challenges you face, the news you consume, the social media you access. All of this, believe me, shapes who you are, influences your decisions, affects your mood, and has enormous power, especially when we talk about addiction. After all, what leads someone to develop an addiction? The most common answer, the one we hear frequently, is that addiction is a moral weakness, a character flaw, an individual problem, something that resides only within the person. But what if I tell you that this view, despite being widespread, is incomplete, superficial, that there is a fundamental piece of this puzzle that we often ignore, leave aside, as if it didn't matter? This piece, this often invisible influence, is the environment. And to better understand this connection, this intricate relationship between the individual and the world around them, let's explore a fascinating experiment: Rat Park. Have you ever heard of Rat Park? Imagine the following scene: an experiment with rats. In one group, the rats are isolated in small, dull cages, with no stimuli, no colors, no life. Imagine these cages as small, gray, cold boxes, with only one bottle of water with morphine, nothing else. In the other group, the rats live in a true rodent paradise. Rat Park, a large, colorful, vibrant space, with toys, tunnels, wheels, varied, plentiful, appetizing food, and of course, other rats to interact with, to play with, to form bonds with, to live in community. And just like in the dull cage, there is also morphine-laced water available in Rat Park. The same drug, the same temptation. Now I ask you, what do you think happened? The isolated rats, alone, with nothing to do, with no positive stimuli, consumed enormous amounts of morphine-laced water, quickly becoming addicted. The drug became the only escape, the only source of pleasure, the only way to fill the void of those gray cages. The rats in Rat Park, however, even with the drug available, easily accessible, barely consumed it. They preferred to interact with each other, explore the stimulus-rich environment, enjoy the other available options, the other sources of pleasure and satisfaction. Intriguing, isn't it? It makes us question everything we thought we knew about addiction. This experiment, conducted by psychologist Bruce Alexander in the 1970s, shows us something crucial, something we often ignore. Addiction is not just a matter of brain chemistry, of neurotransmitters, of receptors, but also and mainly a matter of context, of environment, of circumstances. When the environment is impoverished, without positive stimuli, without meaningful social connections, without opportunities for growth and development, vulnerability to addiction increases dramatically. It's as if the person seeks refuge in the drug, a way to escape the pain, the emptiness, the lack of meaning. On the other hand, in an environment rich in stimuli, with opportunities for social interaction, with healthy leisure and pleasure options, with emotional support, with future prospects, the predisposition to addiction decreases considerably. The person finds other sources of satisfaction, other ways to fulfill their needs, other paths to happiness. And what does this mean for us, human beings, who live in an increasingly complex, increasingly challenging world? It means that the environment in which we live, work, study, and relate has a profound, significant impact on our physical and mental health, and on our susceptibility to addiction. Think about it. How many times have you felt more prone to resort to some kind of addiction, be it food, drink, games, shopping, social media, or any other, when you were feeling lonely, isolated, stressed, anxious, depressed, without perspective, without hope? Probably, many times, and this is no coincidence. Addiction is often a symptom, a sign that something is not right in our environment, in our lives. Imagine a plant. If you place it in a hostile environment without light, without water, without nutrients, it withers, dries, dies. But if you place it in a favorable environment with sunlight, fresh water, fertile soil, it grows, flourishes, develops to its full potential. It's the same with people. We need a healthy, nurturing environment to flourish. And this includes meaningful social connections, a purpose in life, activities that bring us pleasure and satisfaction, a sense of belonging, a feeling of security and support. But the good news is that, just like the rats in Rat Park, we can also create our own paradise, an environment that strengthens us, that protects us, that helps us overcome or avoid addiction. And how do we do this? There are some practical, actionable strategies that you can start applying today, right now, to build an environment more conducive to your health and well-being. First, think about your social connections. Do you have people in your life you can count on, who support you, who listen to you, who make you feel loved and welcomed? Cultivating healthy relationships is fundamental. It's the basis of everything. Loneliness, isolation are risk factors for addiction, for depression, for anxiety, for a series of health problems. Seek to connect with people who inspire you, who motivate you, who make you feel part of something bigger, who make you feel that you belong somewhere. Participate in groups, communities, activities that allow you to meet new people and strengthen existing bonds. Invest in your relationships, cultivate true friendships, build a solid support network. Second, find a purpose in your life. What moves you? What makes you get out of bed every day with enthusiasm, with energy, with a desire to make a difference in the world? Having a purpose, a goal, something that gives you meaning, something that inspires you, is essential to stay focused, motivated, resilient, and resist the temptations of addiction. Addiction is often a way to fill the existential void, the lack of meaning in life. Find something that you are passionate about, that challenges you, that makes you feel alive, that gives you a reason to fight, to grow, to evolve. Third, take care of your physical and mental health. A healthy, balanced diet, rich in nutrients, regular physical exercise that makes you feel good, quality, restorative sleep, practices like meditation and mindfulness that help you calm your mind and connect with the present. All of this contributes to your overall well-being, strengthens your resilience, increases your ability to deal with stress, anxiety, life's challenges, and makes you less vulnerable to addiction. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your spirit. Invest in your integral well-being. Fourth, develop coping skills to deal with stress and triggers that can lead you to addiction. Identify the situations, emotions, places, people, thoughts that make you feel like resorting to addiction, and develop strategies to deal with these situations in a healthy, constructive, positive way. This may include breathing techniques, relaxation, visualization, positive affirmations, or simply moving away from the trigger situation, changing focus, seeking activities that bring you pleasure and relaxation. Learn to manage your emotions, to deal with stress, to control your impulses. Develop your emotional intelligence. And fifth, don't hesitate to seek professional help. If you are struggling with addiction, know that you are not alone. There are qualified, experienced professionals, such as therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors, and support groups, who can help you in this process, who can offer you the support, the welcome, the guidance you need to free yourself from addiction. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Seeking support is a sign of strength, courage, wisdom. It is an act of self-love. Remember, addiction is not a life sentence. You can break free. You can break the chains that bind you. You can create your own rat park, an environment of support, connection, well-being that allows you to live a full, authentic life, free from addiction. And as we have seen, this is not just a matter of willpower, discipline, self-control, but of creating a context favorable to your recovery, an environment that nourishes you, that strengthens you, that inspires you to live a life with more meaning, with more purpose, with more joy. You might be thinking, but it's so hard to change the environment, the circumstances, the reality around me. And yes, I agree. Changing the external environment can be a challenge. It can take time. It can require effort, persistence, patience. But there is an environment that you can change immediately, right now, your internal environment. The way you think, the way you face challenges, the way you relate to yourself, to others, to the world. And this is the first step, the most important, the most fundamental. Start there. Start by changing your perspective, the way you see things. Start by cultivating positive thoughts, strengthening your self-esteem, believing in your potential for change, in your capacity for transformation. And from there, you will be building the foundation, the bedrock, to transform your external environment, to create your own rat park, a place where you can flourish, grow, evolve, free from the chains of addiction. The journey may be long, with ups and downs, with challenges and achievements, but remember, you are not alone. There are people who care about you, resources available to help you, and the inner strength, resilience, courage you need to overcome this challenge. Believe in yourself, invest in your well-being, build your rat park, and free yourself to live the life you deserve, the life you've always dreamed of. The power to change is in your hands. The key to your liberation is within you. Find it, cultivate it, use it. Free yourself. Life awaits you. You are capable. The true prison is not the bars that surround us, but the bars we build in our minds. Free your mind, and you will free yourself.